Sairam, everyone. Just to recollect where we are in the study of Sathya Sai Vahini, we are on chapter 10, and Swami has titled the subject which is being covered as yogis. In the previous two chapters, Swami had provided a detailed elucidation of the three Vedanta philosophies, Dvaita, Vishishtadvaita, and Advaita, dualistic, and Vishishtadvaita, which is Advaita, which is what's it called? Qualified
Qualified monoism.
qualified non-dualism or qualified monism. Advaita, which is non-dualism or monism. Then Swami starts this chapter saying that these are three steps. He says people who have practiced Dvaita fully will become capable of evolving to the next step of Vishishtadvaitam and so on. And it's a gradual progress. And until that happens, we have to be in whichever state we are in. I think that's the way Swami is starting. And last week we discussed about God and universe. They are different, one without the other, which one is eternal and things like that. Swami has introduced that concept. And we discussed, and while discussing, I think there were some additional interest in exploring other topics. Who is realize, can a person in Dvaita philosophy realize, and so on. And some of these are being answered by Swami later on. And I think one of the questions posed by Kalyani at the end of the session was about Karma Marga. Actually, Swami in this chapter later on, he is exploring it in detail. So it may be better that we wait till we come to that point. Because sometimes we're trying to get ahead of ourselves, and so I think we will hold it off until we come to that point. We will just read what we read last year, we can discuss, and then we will proceed. I hope you don't mind if I pause some of the questions and put it and wait till we come to that section, relevant sections, because otherwise we will be just speculating, and it may not be a good approach to study what Swami has taught. So I will stop here. Let Sister Kalyani read.
Sorry, Uncle, I think last time we had read the same paragraph, so this is the next paragraph. Is it okay to go to this one?
Yeah, we can. I think we had read this and discussed, or maybe not.
We have read.
Oh, yes, we had read this one. Yes.
We
Do
read
you want to
this
do
and
it again, or
just read it at least once, and if anyone wants to discuss any specific point which Swami has raised here, then we can discuss it. Otherwise, we can move on.
I think Sister Narmata, can you read?
Oh, Sister Narmada.
No, it's okay, Kalyani. Today you go on. I'll start from next week. Thank you.
Okay. Those who assert that the universe is real, but declare at the same time that the existence of God is but a dream, are only proving themselves foolish. For when the effect, namely the cosmos, is real, it must have a cause. For how can there be an effect with no cause? God can be denied only when the universe is denied. God can disappear only when the cosmos disappears. What now appears as the cosmos is really God. This is the vision that the true sadhaka will get when he succeeds in his endeavor. As a matter of fact, the universe we experience is the dream. When we awake from the dream, the truth of its being God will shine in the consciousness. From the beginning of time, the God whom we posit outside ourselves has been the reality inside us also. This truth, too, will become steady in the faith of man.
Thank you, Kalyani. Would anyone like to discuss any of the points? If what we had done last week is insufficient to understand any of the aspects. If not, we will Move on, Kalyan.
Of course, there is no philosophy existent that can be satisfying to all types and levels of mental equipment. Each has a distinct value. The stages of intellectual development or the powers of reasoning are different from each other. So, the three schools of philosophical interpretation mentioned above, the Dvaitic, the Vishishtadvaitic, and the Advaitic, attain acceptance among different temperaments and different groups of people. Therefore, no one school has the right to claim superiority and impute inferiority. Only those who are unwise will resort to such tactics.
Thank you very much, Kalyan. Auntie, we will read the Telugu.
Yeah, Sairam. అన్ని మతములను తృప్తిపరచు మనస్తత్వము కాని వేదాంతము కాని లోకమున కానరాదు.
So in this world, one cannot find a particular belief system which can satisfy every mental principle, or there is no such Vedanta also which is present, which can satisfy all kinds of mental makeups.
Yeah. Can we say manastattvama mental temperament?
Mental, okay.
Yeah.
Mental temperament. I
Mental.
think that's the way it is. Mental equipment. Okay.
Yeah.
You can say manastattvam.
Manastattvam, yeah.
Mental temperament is also a good translation.
లోకో భిన్న రుచి వారి వారి భావములను తలంపులను పురస్కరించుకొని వారి వారి బుద్ధి వికాసము విచారణా శక్తిని this is wrong sentence. లోకో భిన్న రుచి వారి వారి భావములను తలంపులను పురస్కరించుకొని.
So Swami is starting with, in this world there are various kinds of taste. Taste varies.
Yeah.
And according to each person's bhava nature and each person's thought process, following that or
taking into consideration,
according to that,
వారి వారి బుద్ధి వికాసమును విచారణ శక్తిని పురస్కరించుకొని ఆయా మతము అనగా.
So according to each person's capability of the buddhi, discriminative faculty, and they are also the ability to do inquiry.
No.
Considering these, each of those matam or belief system or philosophy,
ద్వైతమో విశిష్టాద్వైతమో అద్వైతమో వారికి రుచించును అభిలషించును.
For each person, they will find it tasty or they will find it appealing, whether it is Dvaita dualism or is qualified non-dualism, Vishishtadvaita, or non-dualism, Advaita. And they may also like it. Abhilashincha means they may yearn to follow it.
ఇంత మాత్రము చేత మా మతము గొప్ప అనియు.
Because of that, we should saying that one's belief system is greater.
మా మతము అంతకంటే గొప్ప అనియు.
My belief system is better than some another one.
వాదోపవాదములకు దిగుట జ్ఞానహీనుల లక్షణము.
Entering into arguments is descending into unwise characteristic.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, I will stop there. So I think we should discuss this. Anyone would like to share your thoughts? What Swami is asking us to do. So, Loko Binna Ruchi. Each person's taste differs. So I think the challenge with this statement, Swami started the chapter with, there are 3 stages or 3 steps. And he says from Dvaita, one cannot get to Vishishtadvaita unless one has matured to a great degree where it becomes possible for that person to understand Vishishtadvaita and so on. That's the way he starts. Then now he's saying we should not debate that this is superior, I am better than you, type of thing. Such arguments, debates is, if one undertakes a debate like that, one would descend to a state of ignorance. That's what Swami says. So how do we understand this process?
Sairam,
Sairam.
the problem here, among all of us is those who follow Dvaitic philosophy, they say that is the superior, and it is the best one. And so with the same with Vishishtadvaitic or Advaitic people, there is no common acceptance of these three philosophies among us. As Swami has given the beautiful way of explaining this, stage by stage we reach that Advaitic stage. Once and for all, no Dvaiti can become Advaiti, or Vishishtadvaiti can become Advaiti. Sairam.
Thank you very much, Auntie.
Sairam, can am I audible?
Yeah, it means a little disturbed, brother, but it's audible.
No, I will set it something. You go ahead, okay? I will talk later. Okay.
No, you can talk, brother. You can talk because now it's audible.
Okay, Baba is saying here, there is no philosophy existent that can be satisfying to all types and levels of mental equipment. So we cannot have one rule or one philosophy that will satisfy each and every one of us. So suppose they are saying another philosophy, fourth philosophy. That fourth philosophy means so we cannot find a new philosophy which will be accepted by all of us. That's what I'm saying, no? That part is here. I stop with this one. Thank you, Saira.
Thank you very much, brother. Thank you. I think the question would be, why did Swami make a statement that they have different steps, and why is he saying that we should not argue and debate that one is superior than the other? And I think that's where the confusion is. Should we ignore the statement which Swami made first, or should we ignore it here? Which one should we take? Or do we take both in an integrated manner is the question. Because if Swami, see, if everyone is following according to their understanding and ability and all that, then if that is true, there is no need for Swami to even write this. If I am following Dvaita philosophy, Swami can say, if you have Dvaita philosophy, just read this and do it. If you're following non-dualistic, do that and do. Then everyone is good. Then Swami doesn't even have to descend down on earth to teach. So I think we should understand then why is Swami teaching this, and why is he saying that don't think that you are superior. I think that's the thing. So it may be good to discuss, and because we need to be clear about this. Otherwise, yes, Sister Narmada.
Sorry, Anna, you may have covered this before. Just wanted to kind of ask, because Auntie mentioned, right? Because and this, as the text says, everyone's following their own based on whatever suits them at their stages. So, and Swami also says, as you said, there's no one is not superior to the other. But Auntie also mentioned something that you have to, like, sometimes you are Advaita, and then when you are Advaita, sometimes it's different stages. So does that mean you have to get to the Advaita level to understand that? Isn't that then means that there are levels? So is that superior or not? Because that's where I'm a bit confused as to how do you say it's not superior or this thing, or if there's a level, then that means you are at different stages, right?
Yes.
I'm not sure if I made sense there.
Yeah, very good, very good. Anyone would like to answer this? I think we should have some clarity. Means we need to reconcile these two statements of Swami and see how do we understand and how do we process. If this is so, Swami shouldn't have made that statement in the beginning. If we think, so that's a good question, and I'll open it up for, I think no one wants to.
Sai Ram, I don't know, would you mind mentioning the questions again?
Well, the question is, at the beginning of this chapter, Swami says there are 3 steps. And he says Dvaita, Vishishtadvaita, Advaita. And then he goes on to say in the first paragraph that until once a person practices Dvaita completely and reaches a certain stage, then that person will have the ability to progress into the next stage, next step of Vishishtadvaita. That's the way Swami has framed it in the initial stages. But now Swami is saying we should not debate. I think the translation does not come through. Swami said Vadopa Vadamulu. That means arguing and debating. See, mine is superior, yours is inferior, yours is superior, mine is inferior. That type of arguments we should not engage. If we engage in such arguments, then we will descend. Digutta Swami says, you will descend down to a state of ignorance. Ajnani vale. That's what Swami says. So how are we to process this? I think that's the question. Swami says, Vadopa Vadamulaku Diguta Jnana Hinula Lakshanamu. It is a characteristic of ignorant people to descend into arguments on my thing is superior, much superior, goppa, and my belief is, that's what it is. So then why is Swami saying that? Yes, Sai Ram, Sai Satish.
Sai Ramana. So this goes back to saying, is the flower important or the fruit important? This is where it goes, because all of them are important. If we take for a person in primary school, no doubt they will progress to secondary and tertiary education, but primary education forms the foundation on which the secondary and the tertiary education rests. So much so that, again, the same thing. Swami says that when a house is built, one does not see the foundation, only sees the edifice. So that way you can argue that the primary education is important. But ultimately, when the merger happens, one sees everything as one, and there is no second, which means ultimately you have to be in Advaitic state to realize the absolute. So that is where I think it is easy to get into debate as to one is greater than the other. But for the wise, they will see it is the same flower that became the unripe fruit and the ripened fruit, and then finally detaches itself. So for the wise, it is all but a gradual process. So and all are codependent on one another, depending on what stage the person starts off from. So there is, I would say, there's absolutely no contradiction in terms of one being greater than the other, because all 3 are essential ultimately to reach the divine. So I'll just stop there, Sai Ram.
Thank you very much, Sai Satish.
Sai Ram,
Sai Ram, Aunty, please go ahead.
in the first paragraph itself, Swami gives an analogy of that Balya, Yavana, Kumara, Vridhapya. It's all a continuation process, and then one is in the other one. It takes the next stage. So also, Swami also has given Atulane, Dvaita, Vishishta, Advaitamulo, Mudunu, Okadanilo, Okati Antarbhutam. It is woven together. So that is what Swami is going to say further in in the further paragraphs, the same thing in other words. Sairam.
Thank you very much, Auntie. Thank you. Yes, Brother Vimalesan.
To my understanding, no, the Swami already said, and I have read in no, in different times, Swami always said they are different sages. One is higher than the other, but all are good. At the same breath, he says that also. Here also, Swami says that it caters to different mental temperaments, but what we shouldn't do is arguments. Mine is better than yours, so this philosophy is better than that argument, debating, or even debate. That is not good. That's what Swami says, that because that debate will have negative impact on us. And Swami says that, I think, because to my knowledge, like Shiva followers and Vaishnavites and Saivites, there were long arguments, debates, and even violent these things in the history. So like this, like that, even philosophical debates have happened, maybe not to that level, but almost maybe a bit less. So that's what he says. That is why he says that argument or debate is not good. But he has clearly said it's different stages. One is higher than the other. And I asked this question earlier, but for that, brother, I don't know, said a good answer. But no, because what I'm saying is, chronologically, Swami says one is higher than the other, but the chronologically is the other way. Advaita philosophy established first, then Vishtadvaita, then Tvaita. And the Veda, Mahavakyas, we all know that those things were even precede. So what those rishis, what was revealed to them in deep meditation, those are the very cryptic, those statements. So those they didn't explain, but that is almost divine revelations to them. So that then later on, Adi Shankara and then these they Gaudabad, Adi Shankara, all those people, then gradually they established them as philosophy. So when so it looks like, I don't know, my understanding is when a human intellect try to explain those things to cater to the people of those contemporary peoples as time goes on, then the levels came down, but actually it's the other way. So that's all. I hope I try to at least, I don't know whether I'm clear, but that's all I wanted to say. Thank you, Saira.
Thank you very much, brother, because you sort of quoted me. I think we discussed. So the reality is, in the modern day age, but I was referring to us, Adi Shankaracharya preceded Ramanujacharya. Adi Shankaracharya was a proponent of Advaita. Ramanujacharya, who succeeded, who came later compared to Adi Shankaracharya, was a proponent of Vishishtadvaita.
Yes.
And then Madhvacharya, who came after that,
Right.
was propagating Dvaita philosophy. So chronologically, it looks as if, from Advaita and then Vishishtadvaita came, or because of these proponents, great proponents. But I had, I think, the discussion, these schools of philosophies always existed as long as human beings have existed.
Oh, right.
It is just that each of them needed some refreshment, rejuvenation. they had been revived, and any misconceptions have to be set right. For that sake, these acharyas did lot of service. But subsequent to that, they are not very very popular, I would say. There have been philosophers who sort of integrated them all and showed them as beats in a same string. That came subsequently because there was a lot of confusion. Actually, in one of the discourses, Swami says Adi Shankaracharya himself went around and did lots of debates. And then he sort of one point, he sort of realized the futility, and then he went and established the matas. And because that itself was not it served a purpose, but to revive Sanatana Dharma, he felt it was best to practice, put them into practice, and he established this Amna Epitas, which will actually support all forms of proper understanding and practice. That's what Swami had mentioned in one of the discourses. So so I thought just to clarify, that.
I understand what you say. That's a good explanation for those different philosophical. But what I know one more point I was trying to say is the Veda Mahavakyas, the mainly Brahmasmi, Tattvamasmi, all those all the philosophies accept them and base their philosophies on them, but then they give different interpretations to them, and that's how the philosophies differ. But Advaita philosophy and Sankaracharya, it almost take it as it is, those statements. So that is what I was trying to say.
Yes.
So to those rishis who said that it was in deep meditation, divine revelation, so they were so succinct that they then when give different interpretations, then that so I was trying to this thing, why chronologically this way, and the Swami said, as Swami said, it were stages in the other way. So because of that, that's thank you, Sairam.
Thank you very much, brother. Thank you. Just to extend it further, then people like Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Vivekananda, and leave everyone. Swami himself has come to integrate it and present it. There's no real opposition from one philosophy to the other.
Right.
So Swami has come now. So I think we should, that itself, so chronologically, I think the stage is set that Swami could come.
And also, as you said last time, throughout the history, those who, those who are the guardians or practiced even Advaita, there could be various reasons they didn't want to say that to public. In the general public, they didn't they didn't have this I don't know how to say it, but Swami is the one from any from rank and file, from bottom to anyone. Swami Swami is the only one who has without any hesitation said explained the Advaita philosophy, because that is the highest truth, that whether one understands or not. But other than that, all these philosophies are good to practice to whomever they cater. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, brother. Yes, Sanjay, please go ahead.
Saira Marana. The way I look at the two-part question that you were asking us to have a discussion about, I think the first part where Swami says, I think Mani Aunty pointed out correctly, I don't see it. I don't see it as being stated as one being higher than the other. It's more as the evolution from one to the other. And I think in this section, Swami uses the word buddhi vikasa, as the blossoming of the mind, or the blossoming of the intellect happens. One discovers that which was latent already in the previous stage. That's how I see it. And then I think Swami is calling us to not show superiority or inferiority of one from the other, is what I think Sai Satish mentioned briefly, and also you have mentioned in the context of when Swami was cautioning us to not look down upon other faiths. As long as there's belief in God, they're all leading to the same. Don't look at one as higher, one as lower. And I think you had used the example of when somebody's in kindergarten and learning math at kindergarten, you don't look down upon them saying like, oh, you're only learning basic math. It's a slow evolutionary process. Another example that might help understand this is to the point where Swami says, if you argue with somebody at that stage, you're actually demoting yourself, is to understand it from a perspective of another example that you have given, the Shankranti sweet dolls. If the father who takes the two children to the sweet shop and one wants the lion, one wants the elephant, and the father knows that both are made of the same sugar. But if you start arguing, saying, no, I agree with the one child that the elephant is better, then you automatically displaying the fact that you have not realized that it's the same sugar and the same sweet. So that's the way in which I understand that, one who is evolved, when the buddhi vikasa has happened, the blossoming of the mind has happened, and you have comprehended the next stage, one should not go back and argue, because that shows a lack of complete understanding of the next stage. And that's how you're actually immediately displaying the lack of progress, is how I understood the two things.
Thank you very much, Sanjay. Thank you. Yes, Sister Aruna.
Sairam, brother. Am I audible now?
Yes, sister, yes.
Okay. Sairam, I think these three stages, all three stages, the devotee will realize the Lord. They see there's a God is there, so they are experiencing the Lord. So therefore they shouldn't argue. The stages Swami is referring is only within themselves. They see from dualistic to Visishtadvaita. They are naturally progressing with their experience with the Lord. So therefore there's no room for anybody to compare or argue the stage is good or not, because all three stages there is a chance for the devotees are experiencing the Lord. Only it takes you to, as per the discussion, to understand as the oneness. That's Swami has already said. It has to start from the dualistic, where they go by naturally. It will take there. That's my understanding. Thank you, Saira.
Thank you very much, sister. Thank you. Thanks. It was very nice for everyone. See, so an adult will know always that they were a child, then they were youth. And if the adult forgets it, then dementia set in or something like that. So the thing is, that is why we will not argue I am superior. I think the knowledge which Swami is giving us is for each of us to understand what we are suited for and practice it properly without comparing ourselves with others and feel either inferior nor superior. Just follow our own path. But I think Swami has laid out clearly what is the progress in our own journey, and we need to know, evaluate where we are, and we practice what appeals to us with a lot of sincerity. And as Sister Aruna said, we will naturally grow, and the Lord will guide us. This information is not for us to think, oh, I'm following this, I'm better than you, type of thing. Then that means it's ignorance. then we are more focused on competing rather than progressing. And I think Swami just wants to warn us so that we choose whichever we have to practice and follow Swami's guidance. I thought that's, thanks for everyone. Thanks for sharing various ways this has been discussed. If anyone has any questions to discuss, we can discuss. So any other point, otherwise we will progress.
Sairam, am I audible?
Yes, brother, please go ahead.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to share, even in Tamil, that Saiva Siddhantam people, they follow chiefly the Dvaidik. They still fight actually or argue. There's a widespread argument, and they are criticizing each other, and they say that no, there is three always eternally existing, and nothing merger between the three, and they are fighting. Actually, they are stressing again and again against Advaita. So Advaita people are not that actually, but these people, the Vedic section of the Vedic followers, they write books and they criticize. So that's what Bhagawan is saying. There's no point of writing books and criticizing and saying this is the Saiva Siddhantam is the best of the philosophy, and so many things. You are a Tamil, So but I also want to say, intellectually or rationally, to understand Advaita, we have to be first Dvaidik and then Siddharthvaidik and become Advaidik, the intellectually or rationally understanding. But based on intuition or with the grace of God, when we analyze, and we have seen already, each philosophical people are aiming at Advaitam. So even a Visiddhadvaitin, he becomes an Advaitic in his when he matures enough.
Yes.
So all three become Advaitic actually finally. So you have mentioned many times about this one. So there is only one thing everybody knows. There's only one thing, and we have to surrender ourselves to that God. And so that is intuition is saying that, no? So we have to surrender ourselves to that ultimate God that is one. So we cannot say that there are no arguments in this world now. That's what I want to say. There are arguments, there are books writing against Advaitam and things, Okay, please explain more about this one. Thank you, Sayana.
Thank you very much, brother. You have very nicely explained. Because once we merge with God, there's only one left. Only God alone exists. And so in all philosophies, everyone wants to merge one day. Whether it's pralaya or, whatever, everyone wants to merge. And once we merge, then there's only one left. Thank you very much, brother. Very nicely explained. Saira. Yes, Sanjay.
Saira, a question might arise at this point. Why did Ramanujacharya and Madhvacharya come and establish those two traditions? And a question might arise, a follow-up question is, were they not, did they not, like the Buddhi Vikasa did not happen? Or were they more instruments sent to help those who are in that tradition, to help them crystallize focus and stabilize in their own tradition in a much more better way? So yeah, that's my question.
You have answered the question also, Anju. It's because whenever there was a lack of some good, people are not practicing their exact stage of development properly. God sends these, Devamsa Sambhutas, they are called. They are people endowed with so much knowledge. They come to guide that group of people who need that kind of guidance. I think that's the way I understand, which you have answered. So that's all it is. It is not that whenever certain parts of population in their progress is needed, God Himself sends their Amsavatara, to guide them in that phases. That's the way I understand. Swami has also spoken about it earlier on.
Yeah,
Auntie, you want
thank
to-
you, Sairam. Yeah, you are correct, brother. So there's a discourse. I cannot quote when it. Baba is gradually explaining all philosophy, everything, and saying that each acharya is helping the people who are at that level of mental understanding. That you said that. So what Sanjay said, the second part is the correct one. So they came down, they came to the earth to help those people whose understanding is that. Okay, thank you, Simon.
And
Thank
one
you.
study circle before, I don't know, explained that I think that's one of the important point when Ramanujacharya, before him, those Shankaracharya has composed so many devotional literature and all that. He gave so much importance to devotion. But following him later on, in the Advaitic, this thing, the devotional aspect was neglected, and it became a dry kind of philosophy. And I don't know, explain that. I think that's one of the important reasons for Ramanujacharya to establish. That may be at least one of the reasons. And also, as you said that, no, of course, in our Tamil tradition, Saiva Siddhanta, they try to say and wrote books that ours is the best and all that, but not only, no, we know Sri Lankan Swamini, who studied in Ramakrishna Mission, then Swami Siddhavan, under Siddhavan, and then Swami Dayananda Saraswati, and she used to come here, and she once said her students, he teach Sanskrit, Bhagavad Gita, all those things in Madras, and later on she moved to somewhere else. But she said some of her students lives in Karnataka, where the Madhvacharya, Dvaita, this thing is so strong, they used to, they wrote that never come here, they will destroy you so much, they will put you into pieces and all that. So much strong this thing. They are also not only in Tamil, sir. That's what I say. Yeah, Saira.
Sairam, brother, thank you. Yes, Sister Aruna, you had raised your hand. Hopefully,
Sairam, brother.
yes.
Yes, I was thinking to myself, all these we are asking, we are quoting like Ramanuja and Adi Shankaracharya wrote all these kind of, or they open up a debate and all. That's not, I don't think that's the debate kind of things, how we are looking at it in a worldly point of view. That debate, I think, I myself, I'm just thinking, those things are just for the clarifying purposes, or just to give the, uh, I think I will take it as a clarification purposes to clarify some of the things for the devotees. That's how I will look at it, not as not the point of view of like a debate, like how we look at it on a worldly perspective side of it. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you very much, sisters. Thank you. Okay, so yes, Auntie, shall we move?
Yeah, we shall move.
Yes, we'll move.
When people approach us with fanatic views, we must meet them with a smile, eager and yearning, filled with devotion to God. One can get intoxicated, of course, but only as a result of quaffing the wine of prema, love. When someone who is fanatic for work approaches us, we must share with him our skill and strength and join with him in work. By this means, it is possible to bring harmony between followers of various faiths and philosophic thoughts. It will bring together schools of thought and belief. If only this principle of harmony and harmonious cooperation had become a permanent asset of each man, how excellent it would be. How happy the world would have been if everyone had this knowledge that his viewpoint can at best be only partial, and that it requires the harmonious commingling of many other facets to posit truth.
Thank you very much.
Saira.
We'll read that Telugu, Auntie.
Yeah. 1 minute. భావావేశము కలవాడు వచ్చేనేని మనమును ఈశ్వర విష్టులమై అతనితో కూడి నవ్వవలెను.
So when someone who is fanatic approaches with a fanatic state of mind, we should imbibe in us divine or godly nature, and we should smile at that person.
Arun,
Yes.
భావావేశము can be emotionally, highly emotional.
Yeah, okay. Highly emotional.
And that should be not fanatic. It's
Okay.
not. Yeah.
Thank you very much. And avesha means overcome with emotions.
Overcome with emotion.
When a person overcome with emotion,
Yeah,
approaches us, we should exhibit divine tendency.
And we laugh with him.
Pardon? And we should smile and talk to him.
Yeah. Navvavaleno. We have to smile and laugh. Yeah.
Laugh. Sometimes if we laugh, they may get upset.
Okay. ప్రేమ మధువును గ్రోలి ఉన్మత్తులము కావలెను.
We should drink the intoxicating drink of love, and we should become intoxicated.
Yeah. Prem madhu. Nectar of love we should drink, and then
yeah, madhu means and unmattu means we should become drunk.
Become intoxicated also.
Yes. We should be drunk with the drink of
love. Prema madhu, the nectar of love. కార్యాదీక్షపరుడు వచ్చేనేని అతనితో కూడి మనమును మన పరిపూర్ణ శక్తితో పని చేయవలెను.
So a person who is focused on activity, sincerely activity, then we should join hands with that person, and with all of our abilities we should work.
ఇట్టి సంయోగమందు విశ్వ మతమునకు అత్యంత సన్నిహిత రూపముగు ఆదర్శము కానిపించును.
By this kind of union, we will be able to show an example, great ideal, which shows for the entire world how we can work together, united form.
ఇవి సమపరిమాణములో పరిపూర్ణ రూపమున ప్రతి మనస్సునందును ఉండునట్లు మానవ జాతి నిర్మింపబడి there's a long sentence. No. ఇట్టి సంయోగమందు విశ్వమతమునకు అత్యంత సన్నిహిత రూపముగు ఆదర్శము కానిపించును. That we read. ఇవి సమపరిమాణములో పరిపూర్ణ రూపమున.
So these Samaparimanam means in equal measure and complete, which makes everything complete.
ప్రతి మనస్సునందును ఉండునట్లు.
Then it will be in every mind.
మానవ జాతి నిర్మింపబడి ఉండిన
if the entire human race is established in that manner,
ఎంత చక్కగా ఉండేడిదో కదా.
how great, how good it will be.
ఈ లోకమంతయు ఈ పాక్షిక స్వభావము కలవారితోనే నిండి ఉండిన ఎంతో హాయ్, ఎంత హాయ్.
So if the entire human race is this kind of one, pakshika means one.
Partisan hota hai. What is
This is, it's not partisan and pakshika bhavam. Swami is calling this a paksha.
this paksha? Oh,
Or
okay.
this paksha. That means generally partisan means each one.
Yeah, each one is.
But Swami says the paksha, the party should be where everyone is joining the party.
Yeah.
Okay. If that kind of, if the entire world is filled with that kind of, that party where everyone is together, everyone has an equal status, how great it will be.
This type of pakshika,
this
type of swabhavam.
Yeah.
If they had it. Yeah. భారతదేశమున యోగముల వలన అనగా కూడిక ద్వారా.
So in this country of Bharat and the paths of yoga, that means coming together.
Yeah.
We have not read up here.
Pardon?
Okay.
We haven't read here.
Oh, we haven't read that?
No.
No,
okay. Fine.
That I have not read.
Yeah, okay.
So this paragraph is a bit confusing. So when Swami is talking about the fanatic or the emotional person who's approaching us, is it like referring to some specific situation, like someone who's coming from a different matam or thought belief approaching us, or what exactly is Swami trying to say here?
Sairam, when we say about emotional type, bhakti, devotional type of people who become unmatta, intoxicated with devotion, such people, I understand like that. Is it okay?
Yeah, that's also okay, Auntie. But then Swami, I think Kalyani's question is, why Swami is going to Karya Diksha Parudu? People.
Karma Margi.
Yes.
Karma Margi. One is devotional, Bhakti Marga. The other one is Karma Marga. What Swami is trying to say is.
But a Swami is saying that we should become intoxicated, right? Is it?
Yes, that's right, Kalyani. So I think, see, the biggest difference is when some people say activity is the only way to do it. Okay. So Karma Marga people will say this is the path. You are just sitting somewhere, imagining something, and you are all one. Jnana Marga. So Karma Marga and Jnana Marga people always battle. Are you better? Am I better? They will say the hands that serve are better than lips that pray. Such quotations will be there. So what Swami is saying is deal with. Swami is giving for each, as Auntie has pointed out, and if you are an Advaitin, if you're really striving to be an Advaitin, when people who are emotion, which is the path of devotion, has emotion big, you should believe in my God, this is the only God, and if they come, then we should smile at them. And that way we can bring about harmony. Then there are people who wants to do action. They will say, this is the path. Then Swami says, you join them and do work with them. Because we should not think that they are inferior. If you are following a Jnana Marga, you should be equally disposed towards everyone. So generally, a person who follows Jnana Marga should have mastered Karma Marga as well as Bhakti Marga.
Bhakti Marga.
Otherwise, you are not a Jnana Marga, because Jnani would have come to that point, and he will be a Karma Marga yogi as well as Bhakti yogi. So that person will know how to deal with each category of people. If people are emotionally wound up, which is general devotion, just smile at them. Okay, and if others want to do work, join hands with them.
I don't know. Atanito Kudi Navavalanu.
Okay.
With him, we also enjoy. We also become intoxicated. We also start dancing. That is what emotional people are like that, sometimes they go to the extremes. So if they come, let us join with them and then try to be with them, try to smile along with them.
Thank you, Auntie. So in both categories, we have to join hands.
We have to join hands. That's.
Thank you, Auntie.
So Swami saying how to deal with people who are coming from the bhakti kind of path and from the karma path. But basically, we don't deal with them by putting them down or thinking that we're superior, but actually by joining with them and doing what they're doing. But
Join hands.
okay.
Yes. Sai Ram, Sai Satish.
Sorry, man, I was just going to say, like, when there's a child at home and the child wants to come and play with the grandfather with a kind of toy and say, this is what it is, the grandfather will get down on his knees and play with that child in the manner the child is playing. So likewise, if maybe his son now comes and then speaks on a more philosophical topic, the person will engage him in a similar manner and so on. So even for the earlier thing of Dvaita, Vishishta, Dvaita and Advaita, I think finally it comes down to the same way. So ultimately, who is in that stage of knowing the oneness in everything, they will meet that person at that stage and speak that aspect of things to them that will only encourage them to further strengthen their faith and go along. So just wanted to add that, Sarah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sai Satish. But there's a joke actually. One child, apparently the grandfather was playing with the child. So one day the child said, look here, grandpa, I'm going to grow up soon. And when I grow up and, go to school and, work, I don't know with whom you will play. I feel bad for you. So, okay, so
Yeah.
yes, Prasad.
Varto Kudi Navavalano. You have to just join with them and laugh at that. So that also Swami has given an answer, Anna. So he's saying enjoy that also. So I think it is they'll be in a ceaseless Saira.
Yes, Prasad, please go ahead.
I think Swami was trying to say we should be able to adapt ourselves to different categories of people we come across. I think if you consider as a gnani, that means you're smart enough to react or adjust. Maybe that's what. Otherwise, if you're not able to mingle with some category, then you're lacking something somewhere.
Thank you very much.
Like when I'm with men, I feel I behave like a man. With women, that statement reminds me here.
Yeah. So I say Sai Ram Sanjay, please go ahead.
No. Please finish your response and then I will go.
No. I just wanted to ask, sometimes if they're wasting time, if you have a small child, it wants to play all the time, but instead of studying, what do we do? Do we just play and let the child play? And then, Swami is tell, you have to do something. So what do we do? I think, sometimes in the name of even religion or even following the faith, people can be approaching in a negative state of mind also. So then I think that I will stop there. But anyway, Sanjay, you can go ahead.
No, thank you for saying that's exactly what I was also going to talk about. I think because there is a distinction between somebody who's on the Jnana Marga versus somebody who's a Jnani. So the way I understand these two things is, I think Swami does focus on the fundamental principle of creating harmony. That is above and beyond everything else. At the end of the day, there's no point in calling oneself as being on the spiritual path if one cannot create harmony and is instead dividing people. But that does not necessarily mean, like you said, if somebody is not coming with a negative mind and negative practices, does that mean to appease them we join them and go along with those practices or those activities while we might very strongly be convinced that may not be the right thing to do? I think it's important to kind of see the difference between the two. As Swami says, speak obligingly, but you don't have to oblige. Be smiling, don't put them down, but that doesn't mean one has to participate in everything that one comes across. One has to use their own discrimination to see if that this is the right thing or not the right thing, while also trying to maintain harmony. And I think that goes both for the bhakti and the karma and all of it, until one gets to the point of being a jnani. Then, of course, that's a completely different realm, which I would not know. So, but yeah, I think that's exactly what even I was going to say. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Sanjay. Yes, Sister Aruna.
Sairam, brother. You know, I'm trying to understand the second sentence. We must meet them with smile. That's fine. What is eager, yearning, and filled with devotion is clear. What is that two things referred with to meet them?
What did you say, sister?
No, see, when people is approaching you with a fanatic view, we must meet them with smile. That's clear. Filled with devotion is clear, right? That's you are holding on to your faith there. What is there to eager and yearning part? I didn't understand that part. How that works at that point.
See, that eager and yearning only in the English translation, sister. I will read the Telugu. Swami said, Bhava Veshamu Kalavadu Vachanayani. That means if someone who is overtaken with the higher emotion, high emotion,
Yes.
Manamu Ishvara Bhava Vishtulamai. That means we should have godly nature. Okay. Atani Tokudi Navavalano. We should join with that person and smile or laugh. That's all Swami said. And then Swami says, Prema Madhuvanu Groli Unmattulama Kavalanu. So that means you should be so intoxicated with love and devotion. That's all Swami said. Swami has not talked about eager and yearning. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Swami using the word Ishvara Bhava to say that, you know, like because of they're in some sort of Dvaita state, this person approaching us. So you should also imbibe that feeling of love for God and speak with them.
Yes, I think so, Kalyani. See, the thing is, I think what Sanjay mentioned, Swami has already covered in the first chapter. He is talking about the amount of damage which was done to Sanatana Dharma by very inimical forces. So when there is inimical forces attacking and, you know, there is something which we have to do there. There you cannot jump and, you know, if they are coming and murdering and killing, you don't also join with them and, okay, you also turn around and murder your own people. You know, things like that. So we should know whether the person who is approaching is a serious seeker and yearning for devotion. And with such person, we can always join hands. So I think we should distinguish or discriminate between what the intentions of the person is and how to deal with it. I think Swami has covered that in the first two chapters. So we have to know who is approaching us and who we are working with and what is the state of mind and what is the intention, I think, which is important. So I will just leave it at that so that, you know, we don't get taken for a ride by somebody else. And, you know, so I thought I will just move it on.
And the last two sentences, sorry, can you translate those two again from Ivi Samaparimana Mulo?
So in the equal measure, Savaparimanamlo means in equal measure, Paripurna Rupamuna in a complete form, Prati Manasunandu Undunatlu. So if in every mind it resides, Nirmemba Badi Undina. And if the humanity or human race, Mano Jati, Nirmimpabadi untuna. In this manner, if the entire human race is structured, and structured is a word, Nirmimbapadina?
Structure.
Structured. Then Enta chakkaga undedu. So what Swami is saying is in everyone's mind should inculcate something in equal measure. So I think the way I understand Kalyani is we should have karma, bhakti and jnana in equal measure in everyone's mind. If that is there in everyone's mind, then there will be so much harmony in this world.
Yeah.
So we see if a karma marga person comes without a trace of devotion or without trace of jnana, it will be very difficult for that person to join hands and work together. So the thing is, even for us to join hands, there has to be some semblance of equitable state of mind, because without that you really cannot join hands and work with people also. So I think that's what I understand.
Yeah.
I'll stop here.
And the next sentence too, Uncle.
Okay. E lokam mantayu, this entire world, e pakshika swabhavamo. This type of nature, kalavaritone
Nindundina.
So Swami is saying if everyone has this kind of thinking, if it is filled, this entire world is filled like that, then it will be so great. Enta high. That means you can't, such joy. That's what Swami says. So even for us to join hands, there has to be sama parinama. Parimanam. Parimanam means equal measure.
So the English translation is kind of completely different here, right?
Yeah.
There's no sama parimanam.
Samaparimanamalo paripurna rupamuna.
Yes.
That whole complete form. Paripurna muna prati manassunandunu in each and everybody's mind. Undunatlu. If we can inculcate that kind of feeling among people.
So this whole part about everyone has to acknowledge that their viewpoint can at best be partial, and it requires other people to come to the truth. That's not really what's conveyed here, is it?
No, I think the way I understand, I will just go first and others can share. See what Swami says, in everyone's mind, all of these should be present in equal measure. So if that is there, only then it is complete. See, for example, if you're a jnani, if you lack bhakti and karma, then it is not complete. Swami will call it an integrated personality. You need to be a karma yogi, you need to be a bhakti yogi, and you need to be a jnana yogi. If these three are in equal measure, present in a complete form, if it's possible for everyone to have that, then this world will be such a pleasant place. That's my understanding.
So it's like in the center, if like somebody asks you to sing a bhajan or they ask you to join the Seva project, you should eagerly join.
Exactly the point. We should be equally. Sairam, brother, please go ahead.
Yeah, your explanation is not satisfying me completely. I am thinking like this. For example, Mahatma Gandhi, he followed chiefly the karma marga and liber. So each path is unique, and through each path they can reach God, whether they follow karma marga or bhakti marga or even Raja Yoga. There are people in Bhagawan mentioned about Raja Yoga also in other places. So if one person is following only the Raja Yoga, yeah, we must love them, because the love is we have to get intoxicated with the love. So the only one is there and everybody is God. So each one is unique and each one is right. And we cannot say that the other person is going off track, no? So we cannot say that one. So in the English, also, how happy the world would have been if everyone had this knowledge that his viewpoint can at best be only partial, and that it requires the harmonious commingling of many other facets to posit truth. Is it the same in Telugu? I am not sure about that. If that is true, so we are only partial. My path is partial, not complete. No. So please say your opinion, and thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Sarah.
Sairam, I think maybe Uncle is having some technical difficulty. Auntie Mani, Auntie, can you explain it? You're on mute though, Mani Auntie.
What brother is saying that each one is having his own approach, philosophical approach to life. So each one is correct in his own way. Swami is saying how happy this world would have been if everyone had this knowledge that his viewpoint can be at best only partial. And it requires the harmonious mingling of this. Yeah. Arun, you have come. Please.
Yes, I don't know, my computer rebooted itself.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It requires the harmonious mingling of all these different facets of truth. Of course, all the three are different facets of truth. But there should be harmony and there should be integration of all the three. That's what Swami is trying to tell. If one holds that Bhakti Marga is the only way or Jnana Marga is the only way, no. Everything should be combined together. And then our Acharyas also have shown the way that it can be an integration of all three. Sairam.
Sairam, thank you, Auntie. I don't know what I missed, but maybe I will just compliment to this. See, Swami always says we are all traveling in an auto rickshaw. The auto rickshaw can only drive on if there are three wheels. The three wheels are jnana, karma, and bhakti. Each of the person who specializes in one can put one of the wheel as the front wheel. But that person cannot avoid but having the other two wheels also. If the other two wheels are not present, the auto rickshaw cannot travel. So the thing is, and they should all be balanced. That's a sama parimanam. They should have the same amount of wind, air and pressure should be the same. And only then it's an integrated personality, and then you can travel. And that's the way I understand. I hope, Sister Aruna, you have your hands up.
The Sairam, this equal, that's the part we studied before too, in one of the Vahini. The equal part, I think Dharma Vahini, it's a equal means you are understanding, you have to understand all three are important. Am I right? And without jnana marka, the karma marka, you cannot do the right way. So that's the reason you need to have the jnana to do the karma, what karma is right to do things right. Like that, devotion, just being the devotion doesn't mean you be just, you have to do karmas all the time. So the karma marka is important too. And for that also jnana is important. So all threes are equally important for that reason. That's what we have studied in that Vahini. I just thought of sharing that. Thank you, Saya.
Thank you very much, sister. Yes, Sai Satish, please go ahead.
Sir, I was just going to add to your analogy. I was saying, like, for a person who is truly in that Advaitic stage, right? They are in all-wheel drive, but for others, they will have front-wheel drive, right? So essentially, it will come down to that part.
that they are for that person who's in that state, they can fire off from any of the things. But for the layman, as such, normal people, one of it will be predominant. So just wanted to add on that one, Saira.
So Sai Sat is the predominant one. Supposed to be the Jnana Marga. I don't know. With the Jnana also, Bhakti Marga is not there. It won't go. So I think equally all three must. I think equally is important. That's the way I would see as an equal part. To carry the one in the right perspective. Thank you, Saira.
Thank you, sister. Anyone else would like to discuss?
Sister Vani has her hand up.
Oh, Sairam, Sister Vani, please go ahead.
Sairam, brother. So my question is like alone, one alone cannot, like karma alone, or bhakti alone, or jnana alone, lead to liberation. We need all three equally.
I think based on the discussion, sister, all three are equivalent because we have a body, we have a mind, and we have the Atma. All of them should be firing if we have to move forward in the journey of the body also has to do what it has to do. The mind has to do what it has to do. Because the body is the action. Mind is where the emotions are. The Atman comes along with knowledge. All three have to be there if you have to progress. This is something which Swami has spoken at other places as well.
Sairam,
Jai Ram aunty.
ఈ లోకమంతయు ఈ పాక్షిక స్వామి says in Telugu.
Yes, aunty.
పాక్షిక స్వభావము కలవారితోనే నిండి ఉండిన ఎంత హాయి.
Yes.
So actually the translation here is the last sentence, that's why Brother Shivadasan was explaining it. He has to realize, each one of them has to realize that it's only partial. Each marga has to realize that it's only partial knowledge what he has. So, but Swami says here, Pakshika Swabhavam, as you said, we should not take it as partial knowledge. We should take it as Paksha Swabhavam, E Pakshika Swabhavam. A Pakshika Swabhavam here, this type of attitude.
Yes, this type. What was Swami, the previous sentence what Swami has told, Swami wants us to use that, is the way I understood.
Yeah.
The way, Sairam, I don't know, auntie, the way I understood it is exactly the way
Uncle,
it is translated here also, auntie, because it's if one thinks that they are full or they're complete, then one does not feel the need to accept somebody else. It's only when we know that what we know is partial, we can then have some humility about accepting somebody else. And then there is a chance for being, for a harmonious situation arising, is how I understood it from the Pakshika's bhavam.
But Swami, why is he saying, Inta Pakshika Swabhavamu Kalavaritone Nindi Undina Yenta Hai? How happy Swami says. Why does Swami saying?
So the way okay, Sayan Brother Sivadas, please go ahead.
No, please go ahead.
See, the thing is, there are three categories Swami has created now. Okay. Swami has first created Bhava Vesham, people who are overcome with emotion. Then Swami created another category called Karya Diksha Parudu, people who are so focused on action. Then Swami has another category who is able to smile with the people who are devotion. who is able to work with the people who are working. If so, such people, Swami is putting in one category. If such category people are there in the entire world, then the world will be a very phenomenal world. So that's the way I understand. And then that what is that paksha which Swami is defining is in the previous sentence, which is Swami says, Samyogamantu Vishwamantu Matamunaku Atyanta Sannihita Rupamagu Adarshamagu Kanipinchunu. Okay. Ivi sama Parimanamulo Paripurnamuna Prati Manasunantu Undunatlu Manava Jati Nirmipapadina. So Swami is categorizing one category as Bhava Vesham, the second category as Karya Dikshudu. Then Swami is talking about someone who is able to integrate it all in equal measure. And if the world is filled with such people, then the world will be a harmonious place. So what Swami is saying is, everyone may not come to that state. Okay, if the people are Bhava Vesham, they are Bhava Vesham. But then there are Karya Diksha means they working, they will be that. But the person who is able to integrate it all in equal measure is a person who himself is integrated. That person should be able to work with Bhava Vesha people. That person will be able to Karya Diksha. That category of people, if this world is filled with, then there will be harmony. So he wants more and more people who will be able to work with all categories of people, is the way I understand, Sanjay. And that Swami says Sama Parimanam and Paripurna Rupa. So that he is calling it complete and having equal measure everything. It's the way I understood. So I hope. So Swami is addressing to people of that category. So if that category increases and fills the world will be a better place. Sairam Sajay, I hope.
No, I think that makes sense. Thank you. Yeah.
Sairam. So that's the point.
Sairam, brother. Just for an example, if we take Adi Shankaracharya, he has done karmas because he's going around and giving people to understand more about the devotees. He's giving the knowledge, and then he has the devotion. Then when we come to the jnana, he had the jnana. So he has given the equally important for everything. That's just one of the things came to my mind. Just
very
part
good,
of
sister.
sharing.
Very good. Thank you very much, sister. Thank you. Yes, Brother Prasad.
Sorry, no, I was just thinking, if, for example, all these different categories of people, if everybody thinks I'm perfect, I'm 100%, then it's very difficult for the person to mingle with any other category. So what you're saying is we should have some understanding, like, okay, I may be thinking I'm perfect, but if you're coming up with some idea, I should be able to listen to you and try to understand. If I'm not having that skill to listen to you, then it's very difficult. I won't be able to even harmoniously mingle with you. I think that maybe my Swami is a partial. Having that little gap in there, I mean, it's 100%, maybe nobody's 100%, at least 95, 90%. So some space is there to listen to other people. Maybe that's where he was using partial, maybe. I don't know.
In the Swami's Telugu, Swami has not used the word partial unless the Pakshika has been translated.
Pakshika, I mean, it's a Pakshika.
Pakshika has been translated as partial.
But I don't, brother, because if Swami said partial, then he would not have used the word. Some Paripurna Rupam also Swami would have mentioned. See, I think we should see, Swami has used the words Sama Parimanamulo Paripurna Rupamuna Prati Manasunandunu Undu Natlu Manavajati Nirbambabadi Undina. So that means Swami has used the word Sama Parinama and Swami has used the word Paripurna. Sama Parimarna means in equal measure.
And it is full.
Swami has. So the thing is, one cannot say I'm perfect unless that person is having all this in equal measure. If anyone thinks that they're perfect having only one, then that's a problem. It's the way I understand, brother. But okay, because of those two words which Swami has used in the previous sentence, before he talked about
Pakshika.
E Lokamandayu, E Pakshika. Swami has used the word E Lokamandayu,
E Pakshika.
E Pakshika. That means in this category of people. Okay, which is which is basically Samaparimana Paripurna. That's the way I understand, brother.
Yeah, I
Because
agree.
Swami used the word E Pakshika.
I think you explained. I think that's what I was trying to say. I think nobody can think I'm perfect 100%. That's what I was trying to say, right?
Yeah, so I think Swami is not saying one cannot think one is perfect unless one person understands everything properly.
Yeah.
Has everything is the way I understand, brother. So there is a bit difference between confidence of having everything or thinking I'm perfect. I think there is a lot of difference. So I will leave it at that. Yes, brother Sai Satish.
Paramana, to what you and Sanjayana were saying, I was just going to say that using the analogy of how gold medals were given in the university, right? We would have gold medals given for every department or the subject kind of a thing. But Swami would then also have an all-rounder gold medal. And the all-rounder gold medal that Swami would pick and then he would give. So that way, I'm just putting it to what you said, like all-rounded, integrated personality. That is the all-rounder gold medal kind of a thing that we should work towards, even as we have all of these limitations. Understanding the limitation within oneself akin to understanding the limitations in others, which ultimately I think leads one to a broader sense of acceptance. So I was just trying to put that with the example, Saira.
Thank you very much, Sai Satish. And just to
Very good example. Very good example.
So I think just to
very good. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. So I think just to see, the thing is when generally what happens, Swami has discouraged devotees from going and teaching people. You know, Swami has told, you don't have to go and teach people, you practice. See, this is a problem in even in the Sai organization. Before we have learned and studied and assimilated whatever Swami has told, we are raring to go and teach the world. That is one who does, we don't even know that we are imperfect, but we want to teach the world. That is a problem. So Swami is talking about that. So that the thing is, then we are deluding ourselves that we are perfect, we have understood Swami. So here what we are doing is we are just studying because we want to study what Swami has said, and then Swami wants us to put it into practice. But then if somebody who does not understand anything is trying to teach the world, then there's a problem. Okay, that means we have not understood what Swami has taught. Then that is person who has not understood and imbibed and practiced, trying to teach. I think so. Then that is imperfection, and I think Swami wants us to work on ourselves and inculcate all these ability, and then the world will be a better place. I think that's also important. So I think we should know at what point we are ready to teach the world. That is, I think none of I will stop it there. Yes, Brother Sanjay, go ahead.
Very good point, Aruna. Thank you. One other thing I wanted to, Swami stresses so much about harmony here in this section. I wonder if it's okay to assume, or would it be a mistake to conclude? Swami is also cautioning any faith or any tradition or any thought that brings about division has to be discarded immediately. Would that be a safe conclusion from reading between the lines here?
Yes, Sanjay, I think then we should know that it's going to cause problems. It will not be high anymore. Thank you.
Yes.
It's 4:31, so sorry. It was I hope we didn't have too much debate. But no Vatamulu. But I think we have to learn this. It's good that we are discussing various questions. It'll be very nice, and we'll continue next week by Swami's grace. Okay, Sairam, everyone. We'll close with the Samastaloka prayer. Sairam. Om Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Sairam, everyone.
Sai Ram.
Sairam,
Sai
thanks.
Ram.
Sai Ram.